Welcome to Gadgets for Families, the tech podcast for those that always plan on September being the busiest tech support month and sometimes have to leave that shiny new iPhone in the box while trying to help their clients navigate the new OS updates, set up new phones, etc. Jason, we never experienced that in the corporate world, did we?
Oh, all the time.
Yep. And those that really want to learn more about the new OS or the new phone they just got. So this is for all of you. And anyone else looking to get more out of life through tech, I'm your host, Greg Cunningham.
And I'm your host, Jay Benjamin.
All right, let's do just a little bit more follow-up. So it's been good having follow-up from at least one or more listeners that we have. And
Yes.
This is from, again, somebody I'm jealous. They already have their phone. So this is from,
Right.
this is continuing follow-up, right? From the individual was thinking about an iPad, then decided to get a new phone. So this listener, she went from the 13 Pro to the 15 Pro. And I said, can you just give us some feedback? Because I'm going to go more extreme even on my upgrade. So I wanted to know what it was like to go from the 13 to the 15. And so a couple of things that she pointed out. Number one is that they have a vehicle that the Bluetooth doesn't work great, so they always connect using a cord. And so lo and behold, when she got in the car the first time with the new phone, no connection because we're now USB-C. So if you're getting one of the new 15s, regardless of the model, and you use a cord to connect anywhere, you're going to need a new one. So I'm guessing she needed a USB-C to A or a USB-C to aux or something like that, right? To be able to do it. But loves the always on screen. The fact that the time is always there, and you can do some customization on that. So I encourage you to play with that if you like to customize. I thought this was interesting. She does not like the auto portrait mode, turned it off.
Okay.
And she is a photographer. I mean, she knows what she's doing, but she doesn't like it. But it's one of the features I'm excited about, and you're excited to get it on your 14, right?
Right. So I'm wondering if it's because it almost looks like as if the phone is confused what to focus on, right? As you're taking a shot.
Yeah.
And I received that. I sent you pictures from the wrestling event that I was at this past weekend. It almost seemed like the phone was confused, like it was glitching out. So I'm curious to see if that was the same experience that she was experienced, because it kind of annoyed me, but I kind of I kind of worked around it a little bit, and we could talk about that another time. But I'm wondering if that's what it was.
Yeah. I mean, the way it's supposed to work, and Apple likes to say that their stuff just works, right? I mean, the way it's supposed to work is if you have this turned on, is that it's always capturing all of the data it needs to make any of the adjustments. So, but what it means, if you're the kind of person that never wants to go edit their photos after the fact, maybe you aren't going to want this, right? You may want to turn off the auto, leave it on manual, so you have to slide to the portrait mode, and you can adjust right in the portrait mode which subject to focus on, right? So, but if you're willing to go in after the fact, you should be able to change subjects that you focus on, dial up and dial down the bokeh effect, right? So anyway, I just thought it was interesting. She didn't like it. If you look at some of the reviews we're going to talk about, they talk a lot about this feature too, so we'll save that for a little bit later. But anyway, that's one thing she didn't like. She said it is definitely lighter, but it feels sturdier.
So, and I've seen that on all of the hardware reviews. They said it does feel significantly lighter over the stainless steel, but it doesn't feel like that cheap toy that the 7 and 7 Plus had, right?
And a lot of people are saying it might be those edges, right? The rounded edges, that it's no longer just the hard edges. So yeah, we'll see. She got the blue, but said it might as well be grayish black.
Yeah, so, and I think that was the worst color.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, we can talk about this with a couple of the other reviews. Let's hold on the color stuff because I'm going to go on a rant about the color stuff. She said battery life is night and day.
Oh yeah.
And
I can see that.
Remember, she's a photographer, and she says the cameras aren't even in the same league. And she didn't get the Max, right? She just got the Pro and went from the 13 Pro to the 15 Pro. So I'm I think I'm going to be using the camera a lot, I think.
I think so.
And then I asked about cases and screen protectors. She said yes on screen protectors. Right now, she bought a cheap case because she's a huge Disney fan and is just waiting for a good Disney one to come out. I think on her last one, she had a Disney Villains case because that's kind of her jam. So, which is
Yeah.
awesome. And she also told me, because we're going to talk about this a little bit later, because I was mentioning that I'm going to go caseless. And she said, well, I dropped mine and it was fine. And then I
Okay.
said, in the case or out? And she said, in the case. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because
Okay.
there is some feedback we'll talk about in the reviews about this, the durability of these phones. So,
Yeah. Okay.
all right.
Yeah, yeah, really good feedback. I
Yeah.
think I appreciate it, and anyone else too that wants to share their experience with the 15 or 15 Pro, just let us know. Send us an email, send us a text. I'm sure just like you, I get a lot of direct feedback. Like no one uses the email or the text. They'll just message me directly, or um, even through the company page. My wife, because she manages all of that, she can receive feedback from the page.
Right.
Yeah, kind of weird, but
Yeah.
but thank you all.
Yep.